Well, good afternoon, anybody that's there. We're back on VP4TV. We're hoping, and I say hoping with my fingers crossed, that we're going to be live streaming this one lost side or semi-final match, if you care to call it that. It's a match between Acero from Japan, Semipro from the UK, race to 150. And it goes ahead at the top of the hour. We are in, I don't know whether this is a tournament room I'm in or not, but it's a match between Spud Boy and Brainful Out. They're playing 9-ball, race to 7. It may well be a tournament. And we're just going to let this PC run and stream and see if it will hold together, because I did a test stream earlier today. Over 2 hours, and I didn't have a problem. There was no restart of the computer. So I'm just sitting here living in hope that we're going to get away with this today. So we're one apiece, Spud Boy and Brainful Out, no handicap. Let me see if I can go to the calendar and have a look and see what this is. I'll probably see active. Yeah, 9-ball at half time. There's probably only the 2 at the minute. Oh no, we've had 4 in it. And this is the final. So we'll just watch as much of this as we can, and hopefully, touch wood, do everything, lucky white heather, rabbit's foot, everything, that this will stay up and running. I just don't have any confidence in it at all, but we'll just have to make do with what we've got for the time being. I was hoping that Slim was going to be here today. I misread his message. One Pocket Slim, as far as I read it, he told me he was off Saturday and Sunday, but I read it as Saturday and Sunday when it was actually Sunday and Monday he's off. Watch the cue ball. So Slim's busy. He won't be able to get this match coming up. So I'm just going to give it a go and see what happens. So we're effectively warming up the stream until the top of the hour. And let's hope as well that that Acero has a better connection today, because that was just it was just a bit annoying for Chimpy in that match. You know, it was a very close match. Nerves were beginning to get a bit frayed towards the end, but in the lead up to that, what added to it was Acero's problem with his internet connection. So I still think Chimpy did very well to hang in there. It's so easy to really get yourself annoyed and let it get to you, especially when the disconnects are happening when you're at the table. Oh, welcome to Chimpy. So I streamed for 2 hours earlier on today and everything went fine. So I'm just praying that this is going to hold up. This is a final of the 9-ball tournament. I think there only was like the 4 of them in it. So we'll just use this as a time filler till nearer the top of the hour. How long have we got to go? We've got about 15 minutes, so I would doubt very much whether this will be over before then. And the next game that I'm waiting and coming out is that one I was doing the beta test for. They had a download of it where you could test the game. It's still buggy, Alaskan truck drivers, but that comes out in a few days' time, in October the 18th. I think that's a Wednesday, which I think is my day off. So or at least one of my days off, so I'll be I'll be buying that midweek, and I'll be starting a career on it. It'll be interesting to see how the time of the year moves on, because if you watched any of that video, and admittedly the volume mix isn't good on it because the truck engine was still too loud when I looked at the video, but you've got the time of the year at the top left hand corner of the screen, so it starts like, you know, you've got fall, spring, summer and winter. Oh, I use either CD keys or instant gaming. Instant gamings usually get the best prices. That's where I always go to get my Steam keys. I never buy anything on Steam without using one of those deals. You always get very good deals usually. I mean, even if it's a tenner cheaper than, you know, the 60 quid or something that some of these expensive games are costing. But I would never pay the going rate on Steam for a game. I stopped that a long time ago. I've been with instant gaming and CD keys for donkey's years. I don't care to remember how long. But once I discovered them and did a bit of looking out, because that's what I always do. I just go into Google and search for. That's why I've got so many gaming accounts, because wherever I find the best price, that's where I'm going to set up an account and buy it. You're bloody right. But this Alaskan Truckers, it's been priced at, what did the guy say it was? I think he said it was like $24.99, and then there's a discount off that on the launch day. I'll be buying it. I'm a sucker for truck driving games. And having had a go at it and eventually got it working, I mean, it does need working. The game is being released, but it's still in beta phase, basically. It needs some working. I've never plugged my steering wheel into it, but I'll get a go at that and see how it runs. But what I want to see is how these seasons of the years work in it, because the beta test that we did on it was set in summer or whatever. It was nowhere near winter. But as the game moves on, it moves through the seasons of the year until obviously it gets into winter, and then you've got all the snow in Alaska. What, you on your truck? I bet you don't have all the DLC. If you don't have all the map DLCs, you got all the map DLCs, because you've got to get all the map DLCs eventually, because that way then you can get the mod maps installed and have a huge map on it and drive for 12 hours like I did. Well, they are expensive, 12 quid, 13 quid, 14 quid or whatever when they come out, but you need to keep your eye on Steam for the deals, because you can get the Steam sale deals and get a good price on them at some time, and like a lump sum in a bulk buy. But the what do you call it? The Balkans DLC's come out next week as well, so that's another map that they're going to add to it. So here we are. What are we? 3-1 to Brain fell out. Come on, Spud Boy. Let's see something from you. Is it alternate break or something, or was that Spud Boy winning his first rack there? I was too busy looking at the chat. Well, like I say, I hope it'll be interesting. The one thing it'll be interesting to see is whether Semipro starts to get bugged if acero's connection goes pear-shaped 2 or 3 times during this. That'll be interesting. You did well in holding it together and not start bullshitting in the chat. You did well. I was trying to stir it in the chat in the live stream. Tactical disconnects at the wrong time. But I want to see how Semipro reacts to the same situation. I'm guessing not very good. Well, Steve said he's going to be here. I told Steve I wasn't going to be here. And then I sent him a message saying, forget all the stuff that I told you earlier on. I'm going to have to try and stream this because Slim isn't around. And I'm still very surprised Steve hasn't bothered to set up a live stream. And I mean, he's bloody clever enough to do it. Well, that's a disaster. Well, this is going to be a test of Semipro's temperament if it does happen. You know, today's another day, but it's going to be at the same time of night, his time, as it was yesterday. So there's no difference in the time of day to acero. So it might end up the same thing. Am I muted? Can you hear me now? I've been rabbiting away for 5 minutes here, didn't know. I'm watching the stream on Twitch, and one, two, and it's just over a 2-second delay in Twitch, and probably a fraction faster than that on Kick. And Semipro's arrived in the room, so he's killing time until acero shows up. I'll just do a quick tab for a sec. Steve isn't there yet. Big rugby match on later on, or is it, when is it? There's 2 matches on today as far as I know, but the big match is obviously Republic of Ireland against New Zealand. I want to catch some of that. That'll be a cracker. And I forgot, you know the thing I forgot today with all of this carry on? I did that live stream test. I forgot about the bloody pool and the snooker this morning. So I've missed the semi-final matches in the snooker, and I saw a clip of Jason Shaw, so I don't know whether he won or he didn't. Steve will tell me when he comes on. If he was up watching, he'll tell me the result. Right, it might be still a bit too soon. I'm doing another quick tab. Yeah, he's still not there. That's usually 2 or 3 minutes to go. Well, I think we'll watch the end of this rack and then we'll bail out. See if Spud Boy can actually win another one. Now he doesn't need, he's slightly the wrong side of the 8 here, but all he needs to do is just hold the cue ball and leave the cut. The 9 ball is well off the rail. He's fine with the cut. Let's have a look and see what. No, well you could just dink back off that and leave the cut. He's running up and down, and that's the danger of doing that, because you end up doing numpty stuff like that. You see there, commentator's eye tells you all he needed to do was just stun off that, draw up to there, and he'd still have a decent cut in the 9, a bedhead cut. It wouldn't have been a problem. He'll never learn. You know your limitations. Take what's there. Is this going to paste? Yes, it is going to paste. Right, so one more tab. So all we do now is we wait and see if Acero is arriving. He's not here yet because I don't see any of those names there with his name listed. Semipro is obviously there. So we'll just hang off and fingers crossed he's going to turn up. Let me just go back in to see whether I'm muted or not, because I can't see the little symbol on the screen. Yeah. Well, I'm on Twitch, and if Chimpy's still on Twitch, somebody else is on Twitch, so good afternoon to whoever you are. I managed to change the title or the name of the game on Twitch this morning. I remember to do that. Right, let's get... Well, it's running to 2 minutes to the hour here. Steve isn't in Discord. And Acero will be arriving any second if he's going according to the way he normally does. He just turn up at the last minute. I mean, the one thing I'd be doing if I had signed up for an event like this, the first thing I'd be doing is getting in the lobby and going away and carrying on with my business. That way, you know you're not having an issue at the last second trying to connect to VP4 in case something goes funny. So we should be all good on YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and on Steam via Restream, that is. One more tab out. How
I stream to run as a backup just in case there's a problem.
Right, well, the story is that I thought after last night's debacle, I thought that I don't want to be streaming a semi-final or a final with me going down 2 or 3 times. Now, I did stream for 2 hours this morning. I streamed some 3 cushion with Albinario and Cobra, and then I played Cobra a couple of games. Needless to say, I didn't win. And I went for 2 hours and nothing happened. So
yeah, well, we'll see. Maybe it'll work. If it doesn't, I can run a stream, but I may need some advice from you on how to bring you in, because I'm using that Streamlabs, and I've got it running. I got it to run a stream. I've got audio.
Well, you don't need to bring me into Streamlabs. You just need to leave what do you call it on? You just need to leave
Discord.